Hey there and happy Thursday, everyone. So where are my fun fold card makers? Today I've got a treat for you and a fun fold card. I got out that Grassy Grove bundle from the new mini catalog and put together this card today. Hold on, I have to put down my iPad here. And then you can see it's got kind of a little bit of a latch there and different openings. Hey there, Carol. I'm hoping Deb joins in today because this is going to be totally up her alley to see a fun fold card. And hi there, Shelly. Haven't seen you for a long time. Hope you're doing well. I'm on card number 7 out of 10 for the month for you guys. Let me get my camera turned around because I've got my iPad up and running. And then I can show you the card a little bit better here this way. And there's not a lot of like things that you need for it. Put it this way, a lot of it's just using the cardstock or whatever here. So here it is again, and just the regular card size as we fold it down to fit in an envelope. Hi there, Tori. But then you can see how this just kind of all opens up like so. So I'm going to show you how to put that little latch in there. But like I said, not a lot of supplies needed, just measurements and such. And I have a hot sticky note pad over there, if you can see it in the background, just to help remind me of how I cut it so that I can help you guys too, because if I'm a mess, then you're gonna have a messy card if you try to copy it too. Okay, so yes, Tori, I have not done a fun fold in a while, and I need to do that. I need to freshen things up today, right? So from the mini catalog on page 47 is this Grassy Grove bundle. So if you remember, I did a card similar to this, just probably last month or so. And I wanted to get out the rest of these things too. So the Grassy Grove, all I'm using for stamps are these fun trees and the die that goes with it. And I'm making this a thank you card today. But I just love everything about this. Like I could just sit and play with this for a week and never get tired of it, and pull out all sorts of different colors. And I think it would all look great. So that's where that's at. And then for paper, the In Good Taste, if you guys remember this stuff, I feel like I haven't used this forever too. And I love pulling out my my scraps, or, you know, like putting them on the front. So you'll go, oh yeah, I remember when she used that or that. It has a lot of hardwood textures in it and different things like that too. But the one piece that I'm focusing on today is the 12 by 12 that just kind of has almost like a plastery type look to it. And originally I was going to do like an embossing folder because we have that embossing folder that kind of looks like this. And I thought, you know what? I have not used the In Good Taste paper for a while, designer series paper. So if I cut down my 12 by 12 piece, that'll be good. And it just has some subtle kind of brownish grayish tones in there. So of course when I flip this over, I see that there's basic gray, so there is some gray and smoky slate options, but I went for gray granite, and just kind of thought let's go with that, and that's one of the options too. And it almost looked like there was a little bit of crumb cake, and I thought, you know what, let's just kind of keep it neutral, and let nature, the nature stamps kind of do its thing. Hi there, Lois. Lois, you're gonna like today's card because there's trees on it. Okay, so I thought let's start from the very beginning, since it's a fun fold card, and I think usually it's the basics of how do we get to the measurements and things like that. So I'm taking an 8.5 by 11 piece of gray granite here, and excuse me because I cut kind of left-handed, but I love our trimmers. So we have this arm that can go out and lock in place, so anytime you're trimming things that are a little bit bigger like so, then you'll be in good shape. So I am cutting this, I don't know, I want to kind of get like my whole area, but I'm also going to tell you measurements, so that'll help. So I'm going to cut this at 6.5. So I'm going, you know, the 8.5 across the top. I'm going to just cut it at 6.5. So this is going to get just cut off and discarded. So we don't have to worry about that piece. And then I'm going to just take it and rotate it there, and then cut it at the 5.5 marking here. like so. And then actually this piece, because I cut it in half at the 5.5, I have 2 pieces now that are the same, and this can just be put aside for a second card. So you can still make 2 cards out of 1 sheet, even though it's like, really? But that's true. Okay, so with the 6.5, you can already kind of see like this is the same width as a card front. So the 6.5 here, I'm going to score at 4.25. So I've got this. I'm just going to score that. That's what I love about our cut and score, is that you have that right there, like so. And I'm just going to do that for now, but I will get out my bone folder and get that better. Now this little piece I did pre-cut because it's not something that I could take from the scrap or anything. This is 3.5 by 3.25, so I just cut another piece 3.5 by 3.25, and then on the 3.25 width here, I'm gonna score that at 2 3/4. And I just want to make sure that I'm doing that right. 2 3/4. Nope. Okay, so yeah, I want to do it this way. That's important. And I have my little piece that's going to fit on there. So if I kind of just use that as my little cheat sheet there. Okay, so the 2 3/4 gets scored there. So I've got that little piece scored like so. All right, so we've got that. And that's all I need my trimming and scoring for. So that's put away. So that's not too bad, guys, right? And then I'm just going to do all my stamping right away too. So I just want to kind of like get all of these pieces so that it's all put together, or I mean all done, and then I can put it together. So for that, I'm going to take and open up my Early Espresso ink pad and my gray granite ink pad. Those are the 2 ink pads that I'm using today. And I'm going to, let's see, take these little scraps here. So this is that In Good Taste paper, and I cut this 5.25 by 2 inches. And then this piece is 3 inches, or wait a minute, nope. This is going to be then 2.5 by 3 inches. 2.5 by 3 inches, this one. Okay, so I've got that, and let me just pull out some scratch paper so that if I accidentally get my trees off of this paper, I don't have it on my nice tabletop here. Okay, so we've got these cute trees here from the Grassy Grove. Did I clean that? Okay. All right, so this is ready to go. I'm just going to ink that up with the gray granite, and I'm going to do that full strength stamping there. And then I'm going to kind of just scoot it over a little bit, and without re-inking, I'm going to stamp it again. So we just have like a little subtle bit of trees there. And then I'm going to do that same thing on this 2.5 by 3 inch strip here. Gray granite again, and then I'm just going to stamp that, and then without re-inking, I'm just going to scoot it over and put it on there. So it's kind of fun to stamp on designer series paper because that background paper comes through, and then you just keep kind of adding color, texture, images to it. Kind of a fun thing. Hi there, Pauline. So that's done there. And might as well do the inside of the card too, because I'm afraid I'm going to get so far and I'm going to forget. I must have ink on my thumb because I see a smudge mark. Do you guys see a smudge mark? I do. There again, gray granite. And I'm just going to ink that up a couple times like so. And I'm just going to kind of just go off and fade it like so. It's going to be just really gradual. And then next, I am ready to take out the Early Espresso. Before I do that, I'm just going to do a little bit of a swipe here on my my really dirty but clean looking Simply Chamois. I'm just going to get that wiped off on there. I love my Simply Chamois because it's such a little space saver there. And then let me ink up a couple of these double sets of trees so that I can die cut those. Oops. So I just have this, and I know this is silly, but like my favorite part of these stamped images are just like the little fine details of all those little sprigs of branches coming out on there. I just think that's so, so pretty and so natural looking. And then while that sets aside, I'm going to take the thank you. I love the thank you from Grassy Grove too, how it has the lines next to it. I sometimes wreck the look of it as far as the stamp itself, because I try to cut that so close with my scissors around the edges so that I don't get edges accidentally as I stamp. So that's why that sometimes looks like that. Actually, it looks a little crooked. I'm gonna see if I can just redo that on the back side, because I'm using that special Stampin' Up paper that has two sides. Just remember, all cardstock has two sides. So there we go. So that looks a little bit straighter. Okay, so now that's ready as well. So let me bring over my little mini machine. I'm gonna get all of this stuff out of the way so I don't accidentally send it through into my ink pad or whatever. Don't forget that the mini, this little mini machine is on sale 20% off. So instead of being $60, it is $48. So from the Grove dies that match the stamp set here, Grove dies, I just have this little die for the double set of trees here. The rest of the things in here, so if you don't have your catalog handy or are just joining in, if you see like this scene that I've used before, I love the deer. There's so many nature things in there. Great for guy cards or just general cards where you don't want it to be frilly flowers or bright. I love creating neutral nature cards. I could like get stuck on the neutrals for a long time if I let myself, but I love them. Look at this, guys, new cutting plate for my mini machine. Finally got that in. So I'm a happy camper about that. I'm just gonna put that through and then set that aside, and then take my second one. You guys know me, I often, when I have to have two of the same thing, I just kind of go, you guys know how it looks to have one cut out. I usually cut the second one for you, and I didn't do that today, so sorry about that, but this is a pretty quick run through. And then it's time to just assemble the cards. So how fun is that to have the trees all cut out like so. Okay, so let's get my adhesive here and all these little pieces. Okay, so what's important when you're doing any kind of fun fold is to get really good creases. So if you have your bone folder, this isn't from Disney, even though I got it, I think maybe when I was at Disney. They gave us engraved bone folders, which I think is kind of fun at an event. And so bone folders are really important to get really good creases. And so I'm going to just crease where I've scored with my cutting, with my scoring blade on my cutting tool. And then I am ready to assemble. I'm going to start with this little panel here along the side. And like I said, this is 2 inches by 5 1/4. So I'll just put some adhesive along there and decorate up that front flap. Make sure that's straight. And then next what I do is take and put some adhesive in this little flap here. And I also like to just kind of get this ready to go at the same time, because I feel like if I have everything full of adhesive, then it's going to allow me to be able to like shift and move things as I go along. So this is just going to be for the inside 4 inches by 5 1/4, which is my typical inside my card matting. And so now breaking up, I just saw trying to reconnect, so I hope my video isn't really jumpy quirky for you guys, so bear with me, sorry. Hi there, Sue. And then next I'm going to take this little piece here and put that on. Like I said, this is 2.5 by 3 inches, and I'll just put that in there for that matting. And then it's just putting these trees on with some dimensionals. So at first I think I was feeling like, oh, is this going to be too hard or take too long to make a video out of? But I'm like, this is kind of the fun of getting to do a video like this. I think if I were to have all these pieces cut out for like a Stamp Camp live event, I would have to be sitting there, you know, kind of, I always say babysitting, but you guys aren't babies, you guys are fun adults. But making sure that you get it right, because just a lot of pieces to make it happen. And this is the fun that I get of doing a video. And today I was like, you know what, I need to, you know, show you guys something that's you know, like video worthy as far as instructional. So I'm just going to take now with the dimensionals on my trees. I like it sometimes when a little bit of the pattern scoots over the plain edge of that gray granite, because then I feel like it just gives that a little bit more pop and a little bit more recognition to being on there. Hi there, Diane. And then I'm just going to line this up across the bottom here and have a little bit of that kind of scooting really close to the edge there too, because I think that really makes the card look full, which is always nice too. And then we have this little thank you. And a lot of times I just cut that by eye, but it's like, you know what, I've had that trimmer out, so why not just take and make sure that looks really nice and gets a good crisp edge. So I'm just going to trim that off. My white, basic white strip is just 3/4 strip, and then I kind of just center it and trim that off. And then this is gray granite, which I've been, you know, working with the whole card here, and that is a 1-inch strip. So what I'm just going to do here is just attach that, kind of make a nice wide matting for that. And I'll just trim that off too. So not really measuring this length so much, but just know that this is 3/4 inch and this is 1 inch here. And then I can put some dimensionals. And because this is going to, whoops, kind of be the little latch, here I only want adhesive right here on my card. So hi there, Angela. Hi, Tabitha. So when I flip this over, I just have to go, okay, this is where I want my adhesive, and I'm going to put dimensionals because they're really nice and sticky, and it'll give it a little bit of lift too. So we've got, you know, plenty of room to put a couple of those on there like so. And then when I put this down, sometimes I'm tempted to go like that, and I have to remind myself, fold that one first, that one next, and then I can just kind of put this off to the side, and then it's going to just lay over top there, and that's kind of the latch that keeps all of this shut and just pops that up so that it won't be, the dimensionals help pop it up so it won't be tempted to flip it off or anything, just by having a little bit of the crease, you know, wanting to kind of bulge. You know how cards just naturally want to open, whether it's a fun fold or regular. So I decided not to put any extra accessories on this today. I really love the natural tones, the natural colors and everything. Thanks, Tabitha. So I had a lot of fun just doing that, and I thought, you know what, let just the beauty of the nature on there do its thing. And so then we just have kind of that follow through on the inside with some space to write. But then you kind of always have to go, okay, where do I want to write, you know, whoops, for this card and such. So you can kind of think about that when you write in the inside. You could probably even write in here because all of this is going to go like that. But if you write on this piece, you might want to kind of just go in that section there to get covered up or however. But yeah, it's just a really fun idea. So for those of you that love fun folds, then this will be right up your alley. And of course, this you could take and make the sentiment anything you wanted to too. So for those of you getting my set of 10 March Stamp Camp cards, this will come as a thank you. And a lot of times I give you guys options about different things that you can play around with for the inside or whatever. I didn't put a sentiment for the inside so that the thank you could be for any kind of thank you things or acts, or just for a person being a person that you need to send a thank you to. So that is card number 7 out of 10. And let's see, tomorrow's Friday. I will come back to probably Monday or Tuesday. So I'm kind of trying to spread things out this month. And then next week, Wednesday, be on the alert. I'll be sending out an email as soon as I get a link from Stampin' Up. Wednesday is an exciting day because as demonstrators, we get to see the annual catalog. So that day, I want to just be tuned into my catalog to see it, but I also want to glean the information about retiring lists so I can get that out to you guys, because they will let us know what's retiring. I don't know if anything will be on sale, but what we always know is that once that retiring list posts, things go so fast. So next Wednesday,